Yeah, okay now guys, it's your boy. It's been a while here. So right now, if you really want to know how to make a petty flyer like usual, I think you need this kind of a tutorial because I'm going to walk you through how you can come up with this presentable a party flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab, as you can see on my screen. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. This is my PixelLab interface. So the first thing I need to do is to bring the image I wanted to use. So I don't need, if you don't know any size you want to use, you can actually do this. Since you have the image you want to use, so you go directly to the image, then bring the image up directly. You understand? Just to set the background size, and having done that, you can have it change as well by bringing this particular backgrounds. So after selecting that, then the next thing you need to do at this particular point in time is to just manipulate this particular background. So how can we actually do that? So I'm going to walk you through how you can achieve that now. Okay, so we are coming here, go to the text area. So when you get to the text area, we are going to edit it just like this. Then we can now type, sorry guys, so we can have Saturday, because today is today is Saturday. So I want us to make a petty flyer from this. So we have this particular write-up, then we go into, so let's go to text. So let's have something like a amazing font for this. Let's look for something amazing. So I guess this should be cool. So we are going to position this, but making sure that it really cut across. Okay, so position that here, so it has to follow each other. So we have something like this. Okay, perfect. So when you have something like that, you can change the color to something like this, or the color change, you can see, right? So when you change the color, then we can go here and manipulate by just removing this. Then let's see. So after removing that, we adjust this a little bit to make it brighter so that it can show a little bit. So we copy. So when you copy, we'll do the same thing here. We copy, we do the same thing here. We copy, we do the same thing here. Okay, perfect. So the stuff will just show like that. So the one here will just be like this, while we have another one here. Okay, excellent. So now that we have that, then the next thing we need to do is to make sure that we import this particular shadow. Okay, turn it up. So we're going to make the shadow to just be showing at the top like that. So let it be showing. Then we are going to reduce the opacity a little bit, so to make it darker a bit. So after that has been done, we are going to do the same thing to the one at the bottom. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do, we are going to the shape. So we are still manipulating the background. Okay, so after getting to the shape, we go in there, we'll go to these particular options. So when you got here, we'll go to this and we'll have something of this. So we'll look at which one is giving us an issue. So we turn this to red. So let's have something like this. while this will be red as well. So when we have that, which means we can have this. So let's see if we minus this. Okay, if we turn this to black, okay, perfect. So after we have that, then the next thing we can do, turn this to transparent. Okay, perfect. So you can see what I actually achieve around this particular area. We will have a good light shadow at that particular point. So now after that, the next thing is to reduce this a little bit as well. So now I'm perfect in reducing that. Then I will now lock the whole images. I will lock them, then go to the sticker where I will have something like this. So having something like this, I will tap an empty area to make it retain. Then going back to the color, then give it a color like this, making it cooler. So I will go heading back to my gallery where I have the images, the image I want to use. Position the image perfectly like this. You can go to the relative size. So use the relative size to reposition. You can see we are coming up, then we are heading back to the gallery as well, bringing this particular shadow, then we'll add it to this particular point. Now lock it as well. Then what about the one at the top? We still need a little shadow for that. So the next thing we need to do to just hiding our error, so we go to the crop, rotate this, then we'll position that here. When we position it, then we are going to reduce the shadow a little bit, then we'll enable it. Now we're going to lock it as well. Now we're good to go. So the next thing we need to do is to put in all our write up and make the whole something cool. So let's say I want to put in that is only club entertainment, just for educational purpose. So think about the font you want to use. Remember, the font still make your design cute sometimes. Okay, so that's why you have to think about the good. Just look for the very awesome font that you can actually use there. So now you can see that this is up a little bit. You have to create a room for the text. So while I'm reducing this a little bit, I have to play tricks here to make it more attractive and more noticeable. So you remove the size while you give it let there be spacing between the alphabet, okay, to make it cool. So once you do that, you can bring this one down, then you centralize it. After you are able to do that, it's too bold, right? So you can actually go to opacity, then reduce the opacity to make it something look like a blending. You can see, but don't let it be too obvious, so that it will not the hierarchy will not be given to that. So you can see now it's blend along with it and it's making sense. So you can add an S to make it cool. Okay, add us. So now perfect. Now what we can do next now is to go to the text area where we have today is 27th. Okay, that is we say Saturday, that's 27th. Okay, but let's make it separately to make it look cool. So we'll go to the font area here. So getting to the font, we can use a font called Accent. So using an Accent font, position it around there. Okay, perfect. While we're going to the text area where we'll put the dates, 27th. So put 27th here. reduce the size very well. Now position it down a bit, go to the copy, then copy and put April. April. Now bring that down a bit. You can actually reduce the size as well, but this is cool. Okay, perfect. So now after position all this, we need to adjust them a little bit as well. So the next thing we need to do after that, we are going to the text area here where we are having the time. Okay, we have the time, that is position the time here, reduce the size very well, just copy 6 p.m. Okay, so let's quickly roll with the one at the bottom where we have a freaky set there. We need to look for better font that we can use for this. Very cool and awesome font. Freaky set there. So we can see the font we want to use. So we are going to use a padding to make it more visible, both the left and the right. Then we can actually position it here, increase the size, the spacing between the alphabet, position it perfectly. Then once you are able to do that, we go into the stroke a bit. When we use a stroke, we paint it with red. Okay, we paint it with red like this. Perfect. Then we'll go to inner shadow. Let's see whether we can apply the white and see how it works. Once we apply the inner shadow, the offset, the white, what about if we apply the red? It won't work. So let's apply the white and go to stroke and change it to white to see how it works. Reduce, inner shadow, then we'll go to embosses, enable the embosses, make it more whiter, radiate, hardness, B level, reduce it. Okay, perfect. Now the next thing we need to do, we need to make it more radiating. So I need to turn on my stroke a bit to have this touch of a strike. So freaky. So I can now have a freaky Saturday, having a kind of a font that will make the Saturday cool. So I'll go to the font area, looking for a perfect font to use for that. Freaky Saturday. So I guess I'm still looking for more choice, but I guess this is cool, right? Freaky Saturday. So at this juncture, I need to use a stroke. So using a red stroke like this, so I will give it more attention, details, then go to padding. I'll go to padding, then padding to the left and the right. So we have a structure there. So you can see that this is cool, right? So the next thing I need to do is to try to go to sticker like this. Then I need to cover some things here. Tap empty area while you send this to the back. So when you send that to the back, it should be at the back of the image. Okay, then we'll go to color, change it to black so you can copy. So when you copy it, we are going to duplicate it more, duplicate it more. So after you duplicate, well, we'll merge the four together. Okay, merge it together. So we can now move it gradually to be on top of this image. So to just make it more darker, right? Okay, cool. So now after that has been done, we're good to go, right? So we need to put some finishing touch to that. So we need to go to the text area here where we're going to have, okay, we're going to have something like this. So we're going to have something like this. So let it up a bit, or we have a radius a little bit. Move it up a bit. Then we can reduce the size, reposition well. So that should be there. Then after that, we can just have some write-up putting together into that. Music by, so we'll quickly have our font. So let's say we have Achivo. So we'll quickly run that and I'll position it well using a color black. Using color black. Okay, the color black is okay. Then we'll put the name music by DJ Z. So that can be increased a little bit and managed to be positioned here. So you have to change the color and adding a more stroke to this to make it work. Reduce the size. The strokes can be reduced as well. Space it a bit. Change the color. Okay, perfect. This is DJ Sarah. So now, what are we going to do next? We need to just put a finishing touch to this once and for all. So while we have this being smuggled to this particular place to indicate an 18 plus, so we'll position that there while we put the color. Then we'll go to the text here, we'll copy, then edit it and put 18 plus. Just use your relative size directly down, then use your position arrow to position it to the center there. Now you can increase it to make it perfect and fitting inside the shape. While you do that, remember you're having a deep color, change this to white. Now you can have your 18 plus. Now after that has been done, then the next thing we need to do, so we can quickly have some tops tips here. So let's take it for instance, we're having to edit this to lion star. Okay, lion star arena club. This is cool, massive. We are going to add in a little stroke, so let's see two. Then we change the color to this, so to pure this. Okay, perfect. So both the stroke and the main color will be changed. Okay, perfect. Then we are going to reduce the size for the stroke to 1. So we are going to position that here. So after position that here, I guess it should be here. After position that around there, then we'll look into the write-up that we want to use. So take it for instance, I want to use something like a style. Sorry, let's say, let me use any of big shots are only little shots who keep shooting. Okay, I want to just look for a very little cut. So let me take for this, turn everything to cap, reduce the size very well. Okay, so while I'm reducing the size, I will make sure that I position that around here to make it as a cover up. Okay, perfect. So once I position that there, then I will have something like a light lion star. So the lion star will still be or let's say lion will still be positioned under this. The lion. Okay, cool. So I'm good to go at that particular point. So now the next thing I need to do, what's next? Just put a finishing touch to all this side, which I've done before, making me cool. So I've already followed the hierarchy, everything is balanced. So I'll go to the sticker, just place a sticker here, tap an empty area, then you go to the color and you allow. Okay, just allow this to be spread on top of this. So once you do that, go to the opacity, reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now the next thing you can still do to make sure that that's cool, we can do it in another way, but let's copy this and position this here as well to make everything balanced. Now we're good to go, right? So the next thing is, I can't just leave this like that. I'll copy the same thing, having the touches of that around this particular area, but reducing the shadow more. So we're good to go, right? So the next thing is after doing that, we'll look at the image inside, I mean the text inside this. It's somehow tiny, okay, and it needs to be given an hierarchy as well, even at least 1. So just make it bold and position it well, then you are adjust it perfect like this. Excellent. So now we are good to go. So when we look at this is just a simple tricks on how we can come up with a petty flyer on our Android smartphone using our PixelLab. So there is something that we need to still adjust around this particular juncture. So I want to just see something that I've done here, which is not cool. So you can say, so instead of me to position this here, it has to be at the back so that to make the whole work show very well. Thanks for watching, guys. I believe we'll learn something from here. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell icon if you are new to my channel and you are just following me. And if you are new as well, please hit the subscribe button as well. So when you put an 18 plus, just not to forget that you can put drink responsibly. Drink responsibly. So position that, then you go to the align and you align the two to the left, and make sure that you position it underneath. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless you. So have your work being saved as an ultra, okay, as usual, then save as a PNG for better quality. Thanks for watching once again.